Hi, my name is Carrie Lindeman, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Gettysburg warrior mascot. Indian mascots and stereotypes present a misleading image of Indian people and feed the historic myths that have been used to whitewash a history of oppression. Despite decades of work to eliminate the use of discrimination and derogatory images in American sports, the practice has not gone away. This quote is from the National Congress of American Indians. They are the largest, oldest, and most representative group of American Indians. What this organization can provide for us is a close representation of the opinions of most Native peoples. Here are some examples of Gettysburg's participation in the reproduction of stereotypical American Indian images. Indian Country Today, the largest Native American magazine, did a survey in which they found that 81% of respondents found such images to be disparaging to Native Americans, and 75% said that the imagery violated anti-discrimination laws. This statistic clearly shows that our mascot is offensive. Ignoring this fact takes the issue from being about indifference to being about deliberate discrimination. This quote is from NFL insider Mark Freeman in response to the Washington Redskins name. Start anew, start fresh, adapt, show compassion, stop with the propaganda, do what's right. It's time, Washington, it's time. The propaganda mentioned is in reference to articles published by Redskins.com. The articles quoted two Ohio high school athletic administrators in defense of the Redskins name and franchise. Gettysburg is not necessarily producing such propaganda, but it is fostering indifference, which can be just as detrimental. It's time, Gettysburg. It's time. Which leads me to why this is the time for Gettysburg. It's the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg. I would like to point out the quote used on the 150th Commemoration Committee logo. All men are created equal. This founding principle of our country is something particularly associated with our town, but we are denouncing the principle that all men are created equal by mocking Native peoples in our schools of all places. Many people try to argue that using an American Indian mascot is a way to honor them. Mocking and trivializing a group of people is not honoring them. These images I shared before in no way honor folks like these. Doing the warrior whoop chant at a football game does not support the President of the National Congress of American Indians. It does not honor Billy Frank Jr. and the work he does for Indian affairs. It does not congratulate the recipients of the Champions of Change Award. And finally, it certainly does not honor Gettysburg High School student Megan Gokenauer. She is the recipient of the Cali Award for her achievements and for her annual service on the Cheyenne River Reservation in South Dakota. She's been serving there for 6 summers. Megan told me an interesting story about when her church collects donations for the reservation. They collect clothing donations, but they have to sort through the clothing and make sure that none of it has our mascot on it. We are dishonoring these people who have worked hard to lift American Indians from oppression. These people are working hard today, and we're portraying them as a people of the past. We have perpetuated the stereotype of American Indians as a savage or primitive group incapable of contributing to society. Cherokee Nation Chief Bill John Baker states that the use of stereotypical war whoop chants and tomahawk chops are offensive and downright racist. It is those type of actions that perpetuate negative stereotypes and continue to minimize and degrade all Native peoples. Chief Baker could be speaking directly to us. He happens to be speaking in response to this video. This clip is from a Massachusetts election rally. Senator Elizabeth Warren was running against Scott Brown. Warren is part Native American. This clip features Scott Brown supporters. Furthermore, our schools should be sending a message to children of what is right and what is wrong. And according to our status as the Gettysburg Warriors, that was okay. The National Congress of American Indians is pleased that tribal advocates have succeeded in eliminating over 2/3 of derogatory Indian sports mascots and logos over the past 50 years. Today, there are fewer than 1,000 of these mascots left. So many schools and sports teams are making this change. It would be undeniably shameful of Gettysburg, a place of national pride, to resist progress. We can still keep maroon and white as our colors, and even the name Warriors, as long as we completely and actively disassociate ourselves from the Indian images. I'm calling for Gettysburg to adopt the Stanford Indian Image Policy. The policy states that we acknowledge that such imagery was not meant to be offensive when adopted. However, these images perpetuate stereotypes and are hurtful and offensive to American Indians and others, and are particularly inappropriate and insensitive in light of the history of forced assimilation that American Indian people have endured in this country. Gettysburg, I truly believe it's time.